Hey all, how you doing today? I thought that we could go ahead and look at a couple heroes again because I'm noticing some of them are super underrated. I'm legit beginning to think that whenever the game does release globally that I'm not even going to have to really roll for a legendary or an epic because I'll have an entire team of elites already built up. Yesterday I told you a little bit about Marion and a little bit about Abbott, but you know the thing is you don't need both of them because they're both healers, right? So if you have one, you probably don't need the other. Windstrex, however, plays a very important role of the multi-buffer. She has the level 2 speed up buff and an attack up buff for the entire team, as well as the ability to deal a speed break to the enemy and reset the ultimate of an ally. But you know what? Some of us aren't blessed by RNGesus, some of us aren't going to get her. So who's going to be a good alternative if you can't figure it out? If you just can't get her, who's it going to have to be? Have you looked at this guy? Firstly, I'll just say he looks goofy as all hell. This looks like a RuneScape NPC, like I'm just wearing the black wizard's hat. I found my fancy boots in the security stronghold. We don't save the best for last. We're just going to go straight into this. Look, grant attack up, defense up, and immunity to all team members for 2 turns, but hold up, whenever you level this up to level 3, it gets attack up and defense up for 3 turns. Of course, they're not attack up 2 and defense up 2 because that would just be ridiculously overpowered, but those are still very useful to have on the team. Inspiration gets a pretty short cooldown whenever it's maxed, and it removes all negative effects on the target and grants this character a successful bonus turn, or a bonus turn if it's successful. What? Which leads me to his first skill, deals 60% damage to an enemy and grants speed up to a random ally for 2 turns. Now, you know what's good about this? This is the type of first ability that could be paired with a cursed set. The cursed set makes all abilities have a chance to launch the first attack, and if he's launching the first attack, he will grant speed up to a random ally. Since you do have 4 allies on your team, it can be beneficial to cast this multiple times. Essentially, this guy is a multi-buffing cleanser that just will not quit. So if y'all don't get Windstrex, don't even really be upset about it because this is going to be a very decent substitute. And next, I wouldn't want to leave you so early, we can go ahead and look at Evelyn. Sometimes people are more timid about building low rarity carries because they're worried that they just won't be as effective as a legendary for some reason. The elites in this game are not to be trifled with, so let's go ahead starting from best first. Come on. Weak Point Slam deals 160% damage to the enemy, and it is a guaranteed critical strike if the enemy has defense down. You can't deny that whenever this is fully upgraded, that is a very nice multiplier, and a guaranteed critical strike is actually a function that a lot of games have that can be slept on a little bit, because normally whenever you're building carries, one of your main concerns is getting 100% crit rate so that you always critically strike. That way you don't ever have to worry about not getting to your maximum damage potential with that character. But if the enemy is defense broken, she has a 100% chance to critically strike. So that is a 100% crit rate that you do not have to incorporate into your build. That is 100% of a stat that you can put into attack or crit damage instead to pull off numbers that no other character will ever see. Plus, she has a high multiplier ability that already applies defense down, and it's not a percent to apply defense down, it just straight up says it applies defense down. So you don't have to worry about not being able to set up for it, as well as the summoner spell. Defense break is just a plenty in this game. You will always have a defense break available. The first skill is really just a force to be reckoned with. Deal 60% damage to an enemy with a 50% chance to launch a bonus basic ability attack. The multiplier in of itself isn't too impressive at first unless you start thinking with curse sets again. So in this scenario, you could launch your first attack with a 50% chance to launch a bonus attack with a 50% chance to launch your first attack again because of the curse set with a 50% chance to launch another attack. That could be... that would be pretty interesting. This is really an insane character that I just feel like I have to see built, so I feel like I have to have her on my team. So I'm already sitting at 2 elites that I'm guaranteed to put on my team because I've already decided I wanted Marion, and I've decided that I want Evelyn now, and honestly, I'm pretty much decided that I want Joseph as well. So all we're looking for is one more elite, and we have our team for end game with easy to obtain characters. Oh god. Thanks to y'all for subbing. If you got it this far, know that you're one of the few and I appreciate you, so sub to me. But other than that, that's going to do it for me today, y'all, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.